Welcome, everyone. Today, we are talking about something that sounds simple, but is one of the most powerful skills a warrior, veteran, first responder, or high performing person can learn. And that is state awareness. Because here's the truth: you can have all the discipline in the world, you can be strong, you can be capable, you can have survived things most people will never understand. But if you do not know what state your nervous system is in, you can walk into your home still carrying the same internal settings you needed in danger. And that is where things start to break down. Not because you're broken, because your body adapted. Your system learned how to survive pressure, danger, uncertainty, loss, chaos, and threat. The problem is this: the same state that protects you in the field can cost you connection at home. That is what we are training today. We are not here to shame survival responses. We are here to command them. This is educational and coaching based. It is not therapy, diagnosis, or trauma treatment. If this brings up distress, trauma memories, crisis level symptoms, suicidal thoughts, addiction concerns, or unsafe relationship dynamics, I want you to pause and reach out to a licensed professional, the VA, emergency services, or crisis support. Today's mission is simple. We are going to recognize the state we are in, interrupt the pattern, and choose the state required for the mission in front of you. So, what is an internal state? Your internal state is the combination of three things: your body, your focus, and your language. Your body includes things like your heart rate, jaw tension, shoulder tension, breathing, posture, and muscle readiness. Your focus is what your attention is locked onto. Are you scanning for threat? Are you replaying a mistake? Are you looking for what could go wrong? Are you actually present with the person in front of you? And your language is the internal command system. It is the voice inside saying, I need to stay ready. I can't trust this. Something is wrong. I'm fine. Leave me alone. They don't get it. I have to control this. When body, focus, and language line up, they create a state. And that state determines how you show up. A red state might sound like my heart is racing, my jaw is tight, I'm scanning exits, my mind is running scenarios, my internal voice is saying, stay ready, don't let your guard down. And that state makes sense in danger. But if you're sitting at dinner with your spouse, helping your children with homework, or trying to sleep at 11:30 at night, that state is not helping the mission. That is what I call a state environment mismatch. Your body is acting like it is on perimeter watch when the mission in front of you is connection, rest, patience, or repair. The original material says it clear. Without awareness, you become a passenger to your nervous system. With awareness, you become the operator. And that is the entire point of this webinar. We are learning to become the operator again. So, why does this matter for veterans and first responders, you ask? Well, for many warriors, high alert states were not optional. They were trained, they were reinforced, they were rewarded, and they were necessary. You learn to detach, you learn to scan, you learn to read danger fast, you learn to move before emotion slowed you down, and you learn to compartmentalize. And that can be life saving. But here's where it gets tricky: the nervous system does not automatically know when the mission changed. Your mind may know you are home, but your body may still be deployed. Your mind may know your spouse is just asking a question, but your body may hear interrogation. Your mind may know your child spilled juice, but your body may experience it as chaos. Your mind may know silence is safe, but your body may interpret silence as danger. This is not weakness, that is conditioning, and conditioning can be retrained, but you cannot retrain what you refuse to notice. So, the first command is awareness, not judgment, not shame, not what's wrong with me, just what state am I in right now? That question alone creates a gap, and in that gap, leadership becomes possible. So, this is where the state awareness check comes in. This is the tool I want you to take from today, and it is called the state awareness check. You ask yourself two questions: what state am I in right now? What state do I need to access? That's it. Simple does not mean soft. This is tactical because once you name the state, you stop being fully hijacked by it. You move the experience from automatic reaction into conscious command. So let's break it down. Step one, you're going to scan the body and ask, what is my heart rate doing? Is my jaw tight? Are my shoulders up? Are my fists clenched? Is my breathing shallow? Is my chest tight? Do I feel heavy, frozen, restless, hot, numb, or wired? The body usually tells the truth before the mind admits it. Your body might be saying, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to run. I'm ready to shut down. I'm bracing. I'm trying to disappear. I'm preparing for impact. Do not argue with the body. Just read the data. Your body is not being dramatic. It is reporting the state it is in, and that is intel. Step two is identify the focus. Now ask, what am I focusing on? Am I focused on the person in front of me, or am I focused on what could go wrong? Am I listening, or am I preparing my defense? Am I in this room, or am I replaying something from earlier? Am I focused on a real threat, or am I focused on a familiar trigger? This matters because focus feeds state. If you are focused on threat, your body will prepare for threat. If you are focused on betrayal, your body will prepare for betrayal. And if you are focused on failure, your body will prepare for impact. This is not about fake positivity. This is about tactical focus management. You are asking, is my attention feeding the state I want or the state I am trying to leave? So, what you're asking is my attention feeding the state I want or the state I am trying to leave? Step three is listen to your internal language. Now, listen to the words in your head. Our self talk is huge. What command are you giving your nervous system? Because the nervous system responds to language. If your internal language is, this is going to go bad, I can't handle this, they're attacking me, I have to shut this down, I'm not safe, I need to control this, your body is going to follow that order. So we shift the command, not with fluffy affirmations, with accurate, objective language. Instead of, I'm losing it, try, my heart rate is elevated, my body is having a stress response, I can slow this down. Instead of, she's attacking me, try, she is upset, I can listen without going to war. I know that's going to be hard. Instead of, I have to get out of here, try, my system wants to escape, I can pause before I decide. Instead of, I can't relax, try, my body is unfamiliar with calm, I can train this. That is command language, not denial, command. So part four is the target state. Now we move to the second question. What state do I need to access? This is where many people get vague. They say, I just want to feel better. I just want to calm down. I just don't want to be angry. And this is not specific enough. A warrior does not enter a mission with vague orders. So we define the target state clearly. For parenting, the target state may be patience and presence. For a difficult conversation, it may be calm honesty. For sleep, it may be safety and release. For work, it may be focus and control. For conflict, it may be regulated strength. For intimacy, it may be openness and trust. And for decision making, it may be calm analysis. The original source explains that different tasks require different internal settings, and the key is identifying the target state instead of using vague words like better or good. So let me say it this way. You cannot shift into a state you have not named. Name the destination, then the body has coordinates. So part five is how to shift that state, right? There are three main levers: our physiology, focus, and language. That is your body, your attention, and your inner command. So let's go through them. Okay, so let's start with the first lever. That is physiology. The fastest way to shift your state is through the body, because when the body is in high arousal, you cannot always think your way out of it. You have to send the body a different signal. If you were in fight or flight, you have to use a slower exhale than inhale. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and lower your center of gravity. Feel your feet and look around the room. Let your eyes take in the full environment. Tell the body there is no immediate threat in this room. Your body will believe whatever your mind tells it, I promise. So, if you are in freeze or shutdown, you may need movement. I want you to stand up, walk, push your hands against a wall, shake out your arms, press your feet into the floor, use controlled tension and release as well, because the body needs a new order. This is why I say the body heals through safety, not force. And sometimes the first safety signal is not a thought, it's a breath, a posture change, a movement, a slower exhale, a grounded foot. That is the stand down order. So, lever 2 is focus. That is where we ask, what am I focusing on that is keeping me in this state? If you are focused on what might happen, the body stays ready. If you are focused on what someone did 3 years ago, the body may respond like it is happening right now. If you're focused only on a perceived threat, your vision narrows and adrenaline increases. To shift, widen the focus. Look around the room. Notice 5 neutral objects: the wall, the chair, the floor, the window, the light. Let your eyes move slowly. This tells the brain, I am not locked onto a target. I am surveying a safe environment. Then shift focus to your chosen mission. And ask yourself, what is the objective right now? Not the old mission, this mission. Is the objective to win the argument or to repair? Is the objective to prove you are right or to stay connected? And I am so laughing right now because you're probably saying it's to win and to prove you're right, but that's not the correct answer. And the next part, or is the objective to control everything? Again, you're probably agreeing with that one, but we have to switch it to we have to lead ourselves, right? We can't control everything, unfortunately. So, your focus determines your state. State determines behavior, and behavior determines outcome. So, choose your focus like it matters, because it really, truly does. Lever 3 is your internal language. The third lever is language, okay? So, that's your internal language because it becomes a command phrase. Like I said before, your body and your brain believe whatever you tell it. So for Warrior Reset, I love simple command phrases like mission complete, switching to home mode, stand down, present moment, or this is discomfort, not danger, or my body is activated, I am still in command. You can also say regulate before responding, or say anger has information, but it does not lead. You can also tell yourself, peaceness is not weakness, peace is command. These phrases become anchors. The original training specifically names command phrases as a way to signal a shift, such as mission complete, switching to home mode. That is powerful because your brain learns through repetition. A phrase repeated with breath and body posture becomes a state trigger. In NLP language, this is anchoring. You are linking a phrase, breath, posture, and feeling together so your nervous system can access that state faster next time. And yes, we are about to practice that. Are you ready? So now we are going to begin the meditation for the command state anchor. But before we begin, only do this if it feels safe. Keep your eyes open if closing them does not feel good. You are in control the entire time. This is not trauma processing. We are not going back into painful memories. We are building access to a regulated command state. You can do this seated or standing. Let your feet connect to the floor. Let your hands rest somewhere comfortable. Take a slow breath in and exhale longer than you inhale. Again, inhale and slowly exhale. Now let your jaw soften. Let your shoulders lower by even 1%. You do not have to force calm. You are just giving your body new information. Now gently notice, what state am I in right now? No judgment, just data. Is your body tense, heavy, restless, alert, numb, calm, distracted? Just notice. Now ask, what is my body preparing for? Is it preparing to defend, escape, shut down, control, perform, connect, or rest? Again, no shame. You're a body adapted to protect you. Now bring your attention to your breath. Inhale through the nose if comfortable, and exhale slowly. Imagine that every exhale is a stand down signal, not weakness, command. Now I want you to gently widen your focus. Notice the space around you. Notice the room. Notice the floor beneath you. Notice the support under your body. Let your eyes open or close and have them soften. You are not locked on a threat. You are not in the old mission. You are here. Now silently say to yourself, this is the present moment. Take a deep breath and say, my body may be activated, but I am in command. Take another breath and then say, I can choose the state required for this mission. Now I want you to identify a target state. Choose one phrase. Maybe it is patience and presence, calm strength, clear focus, grounded leadership, peaceful command, regulated power, home mode. Pick the phrase that fits what you need. Now, as you inhale, imagine drawing that state into your body. As you exhale, let your body receive the command. Now, gently press your thumb and 2 fingers together. This will be your physical anchor. Press thumb and fingers together as you say your command phrase internally. For example, calm strength, then breathe. Press thumb and fingers together again. Calm strength. Let your body feel even 1% of that state. You don't need a dramatic breakthrough. 1% is enough. Again, press the anchor, say the phrase, calm strength. Now imagine a future moment where you usually lose access to this state. Do not go into trauma. Just choose an everyday moment, walking through the door after work, getting a frustrating text, hearing your child ask for something when you are exhausted, having a difficult conversation, sitting in silence at night. Now see yourself in that moment, and before reacting, you pause. You notice your body. You breathe. You press your thumb and fingers together. You say your phrase, calm strength, or whatever phrase you choose. You shift your posture. You widen your focus. And you remember, this is the current mission. Now see yourself responding from command instead of reaction. Not perfect, just 1 degree more regulated, 1 degree more aware, 1 degree more in control. That is how peace gets trained, by repetition, responsibility, and command. Now take one more slow breath in. Long exhale out. Release your fingers and notice the room again. Feel your feet and silently say, I am not my reaction. I am the one in command. And when you are ready, return your attention fully to the space around you. That exercise was not about becoming perfectly calm. That is not the goal. The goal is state access. Can you interrupt the automatic pattern? Can you create a gap? Can you give the nervous system a new command? Can you shift 1 degree? Because 1 degree repeated over time changes the entire mission. That thumb and finger anchor can now become part of your state awareness check. You notice the state, you name the target state, and you press the anchor, you breathe, you use the command phrase, you shift the body, and you choose the next move. This is not soft. That is disciplined nervous system leadership. Now let's talk about one of the most important times to use this, the transition from work to home. I call this the decompression gap. For many veterans, first responders, medical providers, high performing leaders, and caregivers, the problem is not that they do not love their family. The problem is they never changed states before walking through the door. They bring the work state into the home environment. Still scanning, still braced, still irritable, still detached, still in command mode, still carrying the weight. Then their spouse asks a normal question and it feels like pressure. Their child wants attention and it feels like demand. The dog barks and it feels like chaos. The house is loud and the nervous system says, we are under attack. But you are not under attack. You are under transitioned. That is a big difference. The decompression gap is the space where you consciously shift from operator state to partner state, parent state, rest state, or home state. And you want to do this before you enter the house. Take 3 minutes, not 30, just 3. Sit in the car and check in with yourself and ask, what state am I in? What state do I need to bring inside? What do I need to shed before I cross that threshold? And then breathe. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, press your anchor, and use your phrase. Mission complete, switching to home mode, and then enter. That one practice can change the entire energy of a household. Not because everyone else inside changed, because you stopped making your family deal with the state your job required. And that is ownership and that is command. All right, so let's look at some real life examples so that you know and you can recognize when you need to make a state awareness change and pause. And let's make this practical. So, example 1, you have an argument. Your spouse says, you never listen to me. Your body spikes. Your old state, jaw tight, chest tight, heat rising, focus narrows. Internal language says, here we go again. Automatic reaction is defend, attack, shut down, or leave. But when you do your state awareness check, you ask, what state am I in? Defensive, fight state? What state do I need? Calm, honesty. That shift comes when you recognize your feet are on the floor, you have a long exhale, you anchor and use your command phrase, regulate before responding. Say this in your head, maybe not out loud. And your response is, I'm getting defensive. I don't want to turn this into a fight. Give me a second so I can actually hear you. And that is command. Example 2, a parenting moment. Your child is struggling with homework. You're tired. They keep asking the same question. Your body reads it as pressure. Your old state would become irritable, impatient, have tension, and your internal language says, why is this so hard? Let's have a state awareness check. What state am I in? Agitated performance state. What state do I need? Patience and presence. What's our shift? Slow down your voice, drop your shoulders, exhale. Your anchor phrase inside your head is patience and presence. And you respond with, okay, let's slow this down. Show me where you got stuck. And that is command. Example 3 is silence at night. Everything is quiet, nothing's wrong, but your mind gets louder. Your old state becomes hypervigilant, restless, scanning, dreading. Your internal language says something feels off. What's our state awareness check? We ask, what state am I in? Threat scanning mode. What state do I need? Safety and release. What's our shift? Orient to the room. Name 5 neutral objects. Feel the bed or couch, whatever you're sitting on. Breathe in and lengthen your exhale. Use your command phrase, this is silence, not danger. That is command. Now let's talk about the 10-second state awareness rep. This skill has to be practiced when things are calm. Do not wait until you are furious, shut down, or spiraling. That is like trying to learn marksmanship in the middle of chaos with no prior training. Not going to work. Reps matter. Here is the 10-second version. Scan. What is my body doing? Identify. What am I focused on? Listen. What am I saying to myself? Evaluate. Does this state match the mission? Shift. What is one adjustment I can make? The original material recommends practicing state awareness during low stakes moments, so the skill is available during high stress spikes. So attach it to something you already do. Every time you drink water, state check. Every time you check your phone, state check. Before entering your home, state check. Before sending the text, most importantly, state check. Before responding in conflict, state check. This is how regulation becomes muscle memory. Inside Warrior Reset, this is one of the foundational skills because before you repair a relationship, you need to know what state you are repairing from. Before you challenge a thought, you need to know what state is producing that thought. Before you rebuild identity, you need to know which part of you has been running the mission. Before you find peace, your body needs to learn that peace is not a threat. And state awareness gives you the map, and command gives you the movement. The upgraded Warrior Reset framework says the mission is to command your nervous system, confront your patterns, rebuild your identity, and earn your peace. This is what this skill does. It helps you stop being dragged by automatic states and start leading from conscious command. So here's what I want you to remember. You are not broken, you are conditioned. Your body adapted to survive. But the old mission does not get to run every room you walk into. You can learn to recognize your state. You can learn to shift your physiology. You can redirect your focus. You can change the internal command. You can build a new state on purpose. And no, this does not happen overnight. You have to have grace for yourself. Peace is not found once. Peace is trained. Command is trained. Regulation is trained. One rep at a time, just like the gym, just like building muscle for your body. So your mission this week is simple. Before entering your room, before entering your home, before responding to conflict, or before reacting under stress, pause and ask, what state am I in right now? Then ask, what state does this mission require? That is where the reset begins because you do not lose your edge by finding peace. You learn how to command it.